Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel. Another 7 Days to Die video. Doing all this on Alpha 16.4 on the PC, but this should translate over to consoles as well, I believe, as long as y'all do have the traders villages, which I think you do. If you're not sure where this one's at, I'm in the northeast corner of the map here. This is the coordinates on the screen to where I'm at here. This is Trader Joel's, but this is where Hugh's actually at. Now, if you've never been inside a trader's area here, not only is he a bit of a thief when it comes to his prices and how much he charges for stuff that you might actually want, he's also very stingy with his location. At about 21:30 at night, he comes over the loudspeaker and lets you know, hey folks, everything's about to close and you need to go ahead and skedaddle basically. And then at 21:50, if you're not out, he kicks you out the door. Now, he doesn't physically move you out here, it teleports you outside the world. And I will show you what that actually looks like when it happens in case you've never done this. By now, probably most of you have seen what happens. And then once you get sent outside, the doors are locked and you can't go back inside. I mean, of course, you could try and cheat, I guess, but if you're playing like normal, there's not a way to just get back inside. So that begs the question of a couple of different things people have asked me, and it's like, is there a way to forego that system? Because this is a really nice fortified area. It'd be great to be able to spend the night in here and not have to worry about things eating you.
Just to let you folks know, the Trader Joel's is closing soon.
Okay, so we got about 15 minutes before he kicks us out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go up above the place. I'm going to try and be like above the fort. I'm going to go into fly mode to do it, but in case somebody to try to build like a big bridge over it. And then I'm going to burrow underneath it to see if it has to do with the walls of the specific location, or if it's kind of like the radiation zone and the fact that it goes from bedrock to atmosphere. It's the same thing, kind of like a per chunk thing. So first we're going to get kicked out of here so you can see what it looks like here. See, doors get locked. It closed out around here behind me right before the nighttime stuff starts, and it is locked. And if you try to run up to the door, it teleports you back around again. So if you even get real close to the walls, it teleports you away. So that's kind of an annoyance here, but let's see if we can circumvent that, shall we? Okay, he's already given the announcement. It'll be about time to kick me out here. I'm only going to go just a little bit higher than the flagpole, because if you're going to try and build over the top of this to circumvent the security, probably not going to go to epic heights. So we'll just hang out about right here. We're about 39 meters off the ground from where we are here, so it's not super high up. Let's see what happens if doors close, if we get kicked out or not from here.
Joel's is now closed.
Interesting. Okay, so let's see if I'm flagpole height. Let's see, I'll go higher than flagpole. Okay. Good so far. I'm just kind of hanging out here. What happens if I go down to flagpole height? Yeah, okay, so it is the height of the flagpole right here as far as going up. If you go up higher than the flagpole, I guess if you're going to build a bridge, you can see that you can be perfectly safe. But, of course, if you're going to try and use this tactic to build, a walkway that's 35 meters above the ground, you've already kind of circumvented some of the other things that's going on. But for people wanting to know if you can somehow get away from getting kicked out, there you go. Being above the flagpole will actually work. Okay, now let's reset. We're going to dig down a ways and see if you can burrow underneath. Okay, in trying to burrow underneath it, I noticed something that's very interesting. See, I'm not very close to the walls before I dug down here. And if you listen, all this ground here, everything is treated like bedrock. You can't do damage to anything here. You can't break through the ground. You can't do anything that's here. So it's like on a ground level, you can't do any damage to anything that's inside of the trader's area or even the walls or the ground around it. So I'm a good, 15 blocks, 10 blocks from the edge of the wall here, and it's like hitting solid bedrock. So what happens if we go all the way down to the bedrock? That's what I did right here. But you see, now that I'm down here, I'm facing the wall to where it's actually at here, and it's doing the same thing. Of course, it's at this little angle here. If you try and go off to the sides a little bit, you might be able to find a tiny little piece that you can hit, that you can break away like that. But when it comes to the actual blocks going towards his little area, you cannot get past it here. So the idea of trying to burrow underneath it is not going to work. You can't dig in there at all. That's a little bit disheartening, but at least you know now that you can't dig underneath it to try and stay safe, because you can't dig under it at all. Okay, so we figured out so far that you can't be inside the walls when he closes up shop. You can't be underneath it because you can't do anything at all. And as long as you're above the flagpole, you can float above it or, build above it. But what about with zombies? What if you've left the door open carelessly while you're in there doing some shopping, and Sylvia, her niece Brittany, and their big friend Paul over here decides to show up and come do some shopping too? will they get kicked out when he sounds the siren? So we've got our lovely assistants here, and y'all are going to freeze up north here. Look, it is like 20 degrees Fahrenheit here. Y'all really need to put some more clothes on. See, he's got the right idea. All right, there's our warning. Did y'all get all your shopping done? Got everything you need? Okay, because we're about to get kicked out. Hope you get everything you want here.
Trader Joel's is now closed.
Okay, it kicked me out. Let's see, I don't see the zombies out here with me. So let's see if it either killed them or if they get to stay inside. What kind of discrimination is that? I can't even get that close to the walls. Look at that. They're still down there. How come you guys can hang out inside and I can't? That is, I'm going to fly up a little bit higher here so you can't kick me out. Oh, this is just wrong here. I'm going to need to talk to a manager about this. All right, I'll fly up even higher. Look at that. Okay, don't go below the flagpole. They're still in there. Okay, so zombies can clearly hang out inside this place. So at nighttime, you're clearly safer outside the walls than you are inside, since they can just roam about freely all they want to. That's a little bit unfair. Yep, that's unfair. So there you have it. That's about it. You can go above it as long as you're higher than the flagpole. You can't go underneath it, and if you're a zombie, you can stay as long as you want to. Apparently, that's just not fair, but that's just the way it is. So, for everybody who's trying to figure out a way to stay in this little safe haven in the middle of the night, doesn't seem to be a really good way to do it, other than just being above it, and at that point you're just doing a different level of defense anyway. So this was an interesting test. I was kind of curious about this with myself. I appreciate the suggestions. If you have any questions, or hey, I figured out a better way to do it, let me know. And drop it in the comment section so other people can see it too. Appreciate all these suggestions. Of course, keep them coming. Leave those in the comments down below too. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below the video, because you know I appreciate it. And be sure to subscribe if you're not already, so you don't miss out on future videos, and click the little bell icon to be part of the notification squad. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.